Hey everybody, my name's Ed Trevors. My pronouns are he, him, and his. I'm an Anglican priest serving in the beautiful parish of Christ Church, Shelburne, on the ancestral and on the unceded territory of the Mi'kmaq people. It's been kind of a rough week. Now, I'm going to tell you something, and I know your first instinct is to say, oh, no, poor you, or please take care of yourself, or all the other things that my parish here does, but just hear me out. It's been a really rough week, and since about Saturday, I had a bunch of software issues on Saturday. I had a bunch of hardware issues on Saturday. I had files go missing and get corrupted. I had to redo a bunch of work. I had difficulty loading up my work onto YouTube. I had a couple of issues here in the parish that I needed to deal with. I had stuff from some of the organizations that I help and the boards that I'm on. It just seemed like, and then obviously, you got COVID-19, the pandemic still happening, you got the restrictions, you got the isolation, you got the regulation, you got the people who are sick, you've got people who are worried and anxious. You've got what's been going on in Washington, D.C., what's going on in the United States, what's going on all over the world, especially because all of our eyes have been fixated on Donald Trump and what's going on with him, what's going to happen to him, where is he, what's he going to say, what's he going to do, what are his followers. I mean, it's just been pouring down anxiety-producing raindrops. And because of the way my brain works, I have a very critically minded brain. I ask a lot of questions. I have a lot of questions. I want answers to those questions. And so I gravitate to news and information and I absorb it. And then I ask myself what's going to happen and how it's going to happen. And the next thing you know, I'm walking that edge of depression. Now, over my years, I've come to recognize what it feels like before I tip over into depression. And I'm able to navigate and begin walking away from that ledge, begin turning away from that ledge so that I don't fall into the precipice, so I don't fall into that place of darkness, so that I don't fall into that place of despair. This isn't because I read a book and I went, oh yeah, that's how to do it. It's because I have many, 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 many years, many experiences with that old frenemy of mine that we know as depression. So for the last while, that's what I've been dealing with. I've been struggling with that. And I've been trying to negotiate with it and trying to just, politely ask it, just please kindly go take a long walk off a short pier, but it doesn't. And so I was reminded yesterday, I was reminded this morning, I've been reminded for a couple of days now through a couple of different voices and through many different mediums of how I'm supposed to deal with this. And what I want to offer you today is how I deal with walking this ledge so that I can turn away from it. It's not necessarily easy. It may not necessarily work for everyone, but it works for me. And if it works for one of you, then I'm very grateful. When I'm feeling the way I'm feeling, I can't get out of bed. I don't want to get out of bed. I don't want to do the work that I generally love to do. I'm feeling insecure. I'm feeling anxious. I'm feeling stressed. I'm feeling needy. I'm eating a lot of junk food. I'm eating a lot of garbage. I'm not exercising. I'm not working out. I'm not feeling energetic, like in the sense that, yeah, I can go for a walk. I don't want to read. I don't want to write. I don't want to engage in the things that generally, they just make me come alive. When I get to that place, and did I mention tired? My Lord, I am so tired when I'm on that edge. What I realize is that the reason I'm on that edge is because I've taken my eyes off of where I'm supposed to be. I've taken my eyes off of my place in the world. And now I know, you know your place, and that's kind of a bad way of saying it. That's not what I mean. I mean, I take my eyes off of who I am. I take my eyes off of why I'm here. I take my eyes off of what purpose am I supposed to be moving towards? What goals am I supposed to be moving towards? I take my eyes off of myself as a writer. I take my eyes off myself as an apostle. I take my eyes off of myself as somebody who is growing and who is craving to grow more and stronger and better and healthier. I take my eyes off of that person whose desire it is to help the people around them grow and to help the community grow and help the community prosper. Now, given everything that's been happening over this last week with what happened at the Capitol building and what's been going on with this election for the last few months and what's been going on with Trump and the things he's been saying and what his supporters have been saying and what ministers have been saying and what churches have been saying and what these false prophets have been saying, there's so much information that I lost sight. And I tried to process all that was coming down. Now, it's really important. It's really, really super important that we are able to keep informed about what's going on in the world. And it is important and it's necessary that we step up and allow our voices to be heard in response to what it is we're seeing in the world. But it's equally important for us not to take our eyes off our purpose. It is equally important for us not to take our eyes off our call, off our mission. Again, I can't tell you this is for everybody. I can't tell you that this is the cure-all for everybody when they're in the same place that I am in. I can only offer that this is how I operate. And this is a tried and true method for me. And that today, as I began thinking along these lines and praying along these lines and gradually started moving along these lines, I can feel the weight coming off of my shoulders. I can feel my priorities resetting. You are too important to the world to feel lethargic, to feel beaten. You are too important to the world to be knocked out of the game. One of our responsibilities is to take care of ourselves so that we can stay in the game, so that we can continue to be players in the game, so that we can make a difference to the outcome of the game. May the Lord bless you. May the Lord keep you. May the Lord's face be made to shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord's countenance be lifted up to you. May you forever know the peace of being in the Lord's presence. And I pray that if you are feeling this way, you will take care of yourself. You will allow others to help take care of you. That you will remember all that is truly important to you right now, where you are. Amen.